blocked.
Welcome to Jeffers. May your wisdom increase.
Hail, Desert Walker. I am Cyrus.
Jeffer is at your service.
I'd like to buy a book.
These shelves hold wisdom and folly in equal measure. Choose carefully.
How much for Redguards, their heroes in history?
Your taste runs to the patriotic. A tale to stir the blood and fire the soul of any true Redguard. Although our esteemed governor might not agree, Jeffer asks but 20 gold.
I'll take it.
Jeffer is sure you will enjoy it.
I'd like to buy a book.
These shelves hold wisdom and folly in equal measure. Choose carefully.
Do you recommend Favrel's Dwarven lore?
Marabar Sul's Ancient Tales of the Dreamer is more comprehensive, but hard to come by, alas. And a weighty tome, too, at 16 volumes. For 54 gold, Favrel's little book is an excellent overview.
I'll have to think about it.
As you wish.
My sister Izara is missing. Do you know her?
An all-too-common tale in this city. Jeffer regrets that he cannot count your sister among his friends.
Ever heard of a group called the Restless League?
Some say pirates, some say rebels. Jeffer knows too little to judge. Rumor calls them secret allies of the late prince. Whether they survived the crown's defeat, Jeffer cannot say.
Stros Mackay seems quiet, almost deserted. Has the Imperial occupation been so harsh?
Tiber Septim has many clansmen of lesser repute than he. The city of the Redguard suffers under one of the least of these. Provisional Governor Richten.
Tiber Septim's reputation seems to depend on who you ask.
True, and the Redguards have long memories, as the statue in the harbor attests. History loves an empire builder, though. Jeffer cannot yet say who will write Septim's epitaph.
I was surprised to see Hunding's statue still standing, national treasure or not.
Doubtless, our esteemed governor has reasons aside from Redguard's sentiment. Lord Richten has shown indifference to such niceties in other matters. Witness the fate of the old quarter.
The Old Quarter? What happened there?
In his excessive zeal to root out his clan's enemies, Richten put it to the torch. A silent history of Hammerfell, wrought in stone and wood, now ashes. The Redguards speak of dragonfire in the night, but Jeffer remained indoors, and so saw nothing.
Do you mean a dragon was here on Stros Mackay?
Was, is. Jeffer hears much, but knows little.
Is there any way to gain an audience with the governor?
Proclaiming yourself a crown might work, but more likely will lead to a speedy death. Few besides forebears have access to the palace.
There must be some other way into the palace.
An interesting architectural puzzle. The present structure dates to the early Common Era. A harmonious design, that is, until our esteemed governor began his renovations. The foundations are much older, connected to a maze of catacombs which may predate the arrival of Redguards in Hammerfell.
How do I get into the catacombs?
That honor is now reserved for crowns, who must find it a pleasant place, for none has ever returned.
The forebears run Stros Mackay now?
Redguard politics largely escaped me. The forebears allied with the Empire to win the throne, yet who sits on the high seat of Sentinel? Not Baron Volag, strangely absent from public view since his victory.
Do you think Rickton dared murder the forebears' leader?
A strange reward for your chief ally, Jafar agrees. And no mention of murder passed Jafar's lips. Still, there is no king in Hammerfell.
Is it so dangerous to be a crown these days?
Jafar's interests lie more in the past than with the current upheavals, but even Jafar can see that the city has been cleansed of dissidents. Yet soldiers continue to scour the island. To what end?
Do you have any idea what the Imperials are looking for?
Jafar sent 4 copies of Dwarven lore to the palace last week. It may be no coincidence that Stros Mackay, with the largest dwarven ruins in the Windward Lands, has received particular attention from the mighty Tiber Septime's clansmen.
Windward Lands? I'm not familiar with that term.
My apologies. Jafar almost forgot he spoke to the Unclawed. The coastlands of Tamriel, to the northwest of our desert homeland. Mighty Tiber Septime bids fair to become clan mother to them all, Hammerfell included.
Dwarven ruins. I'm intrigued.
As well you should be. An amazing sight, full of the inexplicable work of that vanished people. No longer open for visitors. However, the Imperials have sealed the ancient gates for reasons known only to our honorable governor.
Peace, Desert Walker. I must go.
Well met, stranger.
Excuse me, miss. Can I have a word?
Yes, my name's Mariah. What can I do for you?
Do you know of a woman named Izara?
Used to see her around, but that was a while ago. Last time I saw her, she was headed toward the cartographers. Never saw her again. And that was 3 months ago, if it were a day.
Any idea how I can get into the palace?
Rickton doesn't take to uninvited guests, and there's no way to sneak in that I've heard of.
What do you know about this Restless League group?
They scare me, frankly. They've been around since the days of Facade, and no one seems to know much about them. They seem to remain as quiet as possible. Not like your usual pirate. There's something else to them.
And what does life hold for you in Stros Mackay?
Not as much as it used to. spend my days landscaping. Before the Civil War, there were more of us. The town square and the park was so beautiful. But I do what I can.
I'm surprised Rickton even allows such a practice to continue.
City beautification may not be one of Lord Rickton's concerns, but he still needs to put on the right air. Should his Emperor, Tiber Septim, ever check up on him? All leaders like their gardens full and the smell of success in the air.
Wars have never been good to a city.
Especially not this one. First, Ator and the Crowns defeat the Forebears, then the Empire comes rolling in. It's too much for these walls to handle.
I can only assume you are a crown.
That I am, though not as passionate as many others. I'm glad the war's over, really. Life goes on, and times change. I'll try to keep our sweet city as fair as she can be.
You sound as though you bear no grudge to the Forebears or the Empire for that matter.
The Forebears claim to be the earliest descendants from Hammerfell, while the Crowns trace their lineage to the first rulers. It's been that way for generations, and Tiber Septim tries, where many have failed, to unite the world of Tamriel.
The cartographers. I wonder what she would want there.
Hopefully she was just seeing Michael, the map maker, and not the boys in the smuggler's den below.
Where's the park?
Over by the waterfall. I'm ashamed you didn't notice. I'll have to spend more time on it. People really do enjoy it, especially that arcade boy, Kithra.
What were you saying about Kithro?
He's one of the temple members. Loved the park. Would stare at the waterfall and write in his journal. Passionate crown. That one. But now that you mention it, I haven't seen him in months.
What do you know about the smuggler's den?
Below the cartographers. I've seen all sorts coming in and out of there. Even so-called news members from time to time. I hope Zara didn't end up there.
You wouldn't happen to know the password to the den, would you?
Oh no, I stay far away from that sort of trouble.
Thanks, Mariah. Hello, brother. I'm Cyrus, recent to this shore.
Brother Niddle, good son, welcome to the Temple of Arcade.
Can you heal me, Brother Niddle?
Please forgive the formalities, but the governor has levied a temple tax of 25 gold for any magical services rendered, healing or otherwise. Will you pay the tax?
Forget it.
I am truly sorry, but I cannot help you then.
My sister Izara has been missing for near 3 months. Perhaps you have heard of her?
I knew her well, actually, but she never mentioned having a brother. She was a fiery sort, as I'm sure you know, and her Redguard blood did not fare well under Imperial rule. She is not the only nationalist who has disappeared since the governor claimed the city. There have been others.
What others have disappeared?
Brother Kithral, my initiate and good friend, for one. He was an outspoken man and a Crown sympathizer. He was enamored of your sister, I must say, and took to her Crown propaganda readily. Are you a follower of R.K., Cyrus?
Me? No. Well, not in the worshipper sense.
In what sense, then?
I'm not that wayward, brother. I do believe in the gods and in their, importance to man and, all that.
And R.K.'s importance would be...
I'm usually the one who asks all the questions, Brother Niddle.
Humor an old man.
R.K. then, the shepherd of the soul who watches us through our lives and our deaths and guides us between them in the heavenly interim.
May he watch over you.
Is there anything you can tell me about the Restless League, brother?
I know very little about their activities, Cyrus. The common stories, sure, but not much more.
I know even less of the League than you, brother. The common stories included.
Then know that they are ruffians and cutthroats who would like nothing more than carve their symbol upon the Emperor's eyes for daring to set them on Hammerfell. And know they secretly served the prince against the Forebears during the Civil War to help Ator win back Sentinel.
What is the League's symbol?
The red R, for restless as they ever are. Trust me, you will see it if you stay in Stros Makai for long, invariably written in Imperial blood.
Sentinel, the capital city.
From whence Ator was forced to flee soon after his father died. Aye, but the crowns gathered here at Stros Makai and charged northwards to take their throne city back. But by then, the Imperial bargain had been struck.
How is Stros Makai these days, Brother Niddle?
You should be able to see it just from the faces on the streets, my boy. But then again, there aren't that many faces out there anymore. Things have become quiet since the occupation.
I have seen the Empire expanding into all of Tamriel in my travels. Why is the occupation of Stros Makai full of more bloodshed than most?
You have only your Redguard blood to answer that, my boy. When has Hammerfell ever suffered foreign rule? The Civil War was bloody, to be sure, but when the Forebears allied with the Empire, the Crowns felt they had been betrayed by their own kind. They were prepared to fight to the last man, and the Empire sent Admiral Richten to make sure they did.
Tell me of the Forebears.
Living in Stros Makai, you only get the Crown definition, of course. That the Forebears were the pretenders to the throne, that they betrayed the Republic, and that Hammerfell has been cursed by their cowardice.
Azara was a crown, I know that. As a crown, what would be her fate?
I fear, sadly, that the Crown's days are ended. The Forebears' alliance with Emperor Septim made sure of that.
What else do you know about Richten?
That you should stay away from him, my boy. He will not care if you are a crown or not, should he find out that you are Azara's brother. However, you are probably safe in the city for the time being, as he never leaves the palace, seems.
I escaped Hammerfell just before the Civil War, and without regret. That is probably why Azara never mentioned me to you. Well, it was through a mutual friend that I learned of her disappearance.
The war cost this city much, Cyrus. Though an outsider may not see it, the Crowns are gone now, and only the League remains as their testament.
The temple seems very empty, Brother Niddle. Are you its only priest?
We have ever been understaffed. It was horrible right after the battle. All the dead and dying. But luckily, I had Brother Kithral to help me tend to them. Since he is gone now, I must carry on alone.
What can you tell me about the governor?
That he is a hard man. Richten threatened to raise the temple when I refused to hand over the wounded of Prince Ator, who had survived the battle. I assured him that even his emperor could not defy divine law. Nevertheless, the wounded under my care were healed only to be thrown into the catacombs thereafter.
What of Prince Ator?
He was lost at sea, my boy. That is all I know. And that it was rumored that Izara knew him personally.
So my sister knew the prince then?
Leave that alone, boy. That was but a rumor.
Did my sister fight in the Battle of Stros-Makai?
No, she was never part of the military. She could have been, though. She was good with a sword, I hear.
What is the divine law?
Richten wanted to rescind the crown's right to sanctuary while they were wounded, or to desecrate the bodies of the enemy dead before I gave them their last rites.
So Ator's men are in the catacombs, then?
Either that, or they are fruit for the necromancer. It is somehow appropriate that Richten deals with that nefarious slug.
What happened to the bodies of Ator's men after their last rites?
Food for the dragon, more than likely. But at least their souls are safe from the necromancer.
The Imperials have a dragon?
Its name is Nafal-Alagus, and it lives in the catacombs, or so I have heard. It has not been seen in the skies since the battle, so maybe Richten is lying about it still being around.
What about this necromancer?
Nagasta has been here long, manifesting Tassad's good rule. Ator had kept his wretchedness at bay, but now, with the prince gone, he has cursed the land.
How has Nagasta cursed the land?
The very soil of Stros-Makai is cursed. Nagasta has become very powerful and has weaved a soul snare across the island. Any who die must quickly have their last rites performed before their souls become his to claim.
Do you know anyone that Izara may have kept company with, vanished nationalist or otherwise?
Like I said, I knew her well, and she spoke often to Brother Kithral, my former initiate, but he, too, has disappeared. She was a devout Archaean, Izara. I once almost convinced her to join the temple, but that was before she... well...
Before she what, Brother Niddle?
Well, man, before she vanished.
I trust that you will seek me out if you hear anything more of my sister.
I will be honest, Cyrus. She is either dead or worse, for I know she would not have left Stros-Makai even after Ator's defeat. Richten had a list of rebels when he took the throne, and Izara's name was undoubtedly upon it.
Why the temple tax?
Just another of Richten's rules, my boy, along with several other solutions to the burden of empire.
When did you last see Kithral?
I sent him to the park for fresh mandrake root, and that is probably where Richten's men were waiting. Kithral was against the imperial expansion from the start, though I reminded him that Arche frowns on more secular interests. This warning Kithral obviously did not take to heart.
Until later, Brother Niddle.
Goodbye, my son.
One moment.
Go about your business, Redguard.
Excuse me.
Keep moving.
No, he's
It's one of
unarmed.
the by blood. You're slow. Yield. Step it up, rebel. You won't escape. Ha ha! Your style needs work, Redguard. You're quite resourceful. God!
First time, huh?
Put it down. Your style needs work. A sharp sword will... You're open! Step it up, rebel.
Not this time.
Ah!
Excellent.
There he is! Traitor! A sharp sword will be yours now. You'll pay for that! You're a fool. Try. Ah! You're a fool, Redguard. You should just surrender. Fine. You're open! Ah!
It's a strength potion. It's locked. It's locked. Excuse me.
Out of my way, moron.
Your health, lad.
Hello again, Captain Brennan.
Ah, the valiant swordsman returns. How can I help you?
Thanks. We'll talk later. One moment.
Go about your business, Redguard. It's one of the pirates. A sharp sword will be your death. I'm quick! Got you. Pipe and cut! A fine die,
Too slow.
Redguard! Ah!
Excellent.
Well?
Try me, Redguard. Put it down.
Not bad. Try this.
Blood with it. You're open. Too slow. You're quite resourceful. Step it up, Rebel. Your style needs work. Step it up, Rebel.
Some gold. This should help. No, he's unarmed.
Blood with it. Ah! Take that.
Come on.
Ah!
A health potion. Probably need to find something to use it with. I need to use this with something else. It doesn't do anything by itself. Excuse me. And what's your name? How long have you lived on the Isle?
I know your sister's name.
So you know she lives here then?
Rah!
How long have you lived on the Isle?
I know your sister's name.
Pray then, Parrot, won't you please explain?
Rah!
How long have you lived on the Isle?
I know your sister's name.
Izar's been gone for a while.
And rumors of her game.
Make yourself clear.
I only rhyme.
I'm confused here, I fear.
About half the time.
I've had enough of this.
Sir, I really can't explain. Rah!
I fought some worthless thugs not long ago.
I know your sister's name.
Pretty bird, what have you heard?
Rah!
How long have you lived on the Isle?
I know your sister's name.
Izar's been gone for a while.
And rumors of her game.
My time is short.
I only rhyme.
Come, be a sport.
About half the time.
Let's get back to Azara.
Sir, I really can't explain. Rah!
I'm searching for a young lady.
I know your sister's name.
Her dealings, I fear, were shady.
And rumors of her game.
Start making some sense.
I only rhyme.
I'm taking offense.
About half the time.
Of birds, you're most sublime.
Sir, I really can't explain. Rah!
How long have you lived on the Isle?
I know your sister's name.
Izar's been gone for a while.
And rumors of her game.
Start making some sense.
I only rhyme.
I'm taking offense.
About half the time.
These riddles aren't really my style.
Unless you do the same. I know your sister's name. And rumors of her game. I only rhyme. About half the time. Unless you do the same.
How long have you lived on the Isle? Izar's been gone for a while. Start making some sense. I'm taking offense. These riddles aren't really my style.
Pretty sister had her schemes. Needed gold this time, it seems. 21 paces. As the head faces. Buried there, the gold still gleams.
Bye-bye then.
Bye-bye then.
Yes?
Hello, Garrick.
Cyrus! A pleasure to see you again.
I'd like to make a purchase.
Splendid. What do you need?
How much for a torch?
A classic design, functional and long-lasting. For you, Cyrus, 20 each.
I'll take it.
The best quality, I assure you.
Thanks for the time, Garrick.
I'm a pretty bird.
he is.
Not this time.
I'll spill yours yet. Die, Redguard! Blood with it! How? A struggle. You're quite resourceful. I'm...
Not this time.
Ah!
Some gold. This should help.
Good day.
Hello.
Hello, stranger. Welcome to the Mages Guild of Stros Mackay, fully chartered since 638 CE. I'm the resident shopkeeper hereabouts. Feel free to look around, but remember, everything is guild property. If there's anything you'd like to buy, just let me know.
What's for sale?
Magical potions of all sorts.
What potions do you have?
Healing potions, strength potions, and potions of iron skin.
How old is the Mages Guild?
This one? Or the institution itself? This one is fairly new, 200 years and a fourth more. Modern magic came late to Hammerfell.
Redguards have strong traditions.
But even they took finally to the notion of a more controlled and conscious auspice for magic. The Mages Guild was a reaction to that math hedgery of old when magic was wild and unbalanced.
How very modern for an elf.
When you're a student, you embrace the institutional line if you want to graduate.
What kind of town is Stros Mackay?
I'm too busy studying to pay it much mind. Plus, with the Empire here, the streets feel kind of dangerous.
So you never leave the guild?
If you want to know the truth, wide open spaces kind of make me nervous. Many wood elves are like that, you know.
They miss the canopy of the Valenwood trees.
Our second sky, the middle green. Let's just say I don't wander around in Stros Mackay enough to know that much about it.
Has the Empire interfered with the Mages Guild yet?
Of that I am not at liberty to say. Let's just say Archmage Jagenbeer is trying to stay on their good side. He's got his greedy eyes on the battle spire.
Who is the Archmage?
Human named Jagenveer, a real hard case. Doesn't really have enough secrets to be Archmage. But the last one was killed at the Battle of Stros Mackay, so there was a vacuum to fill.
Do you think Jagenveer knows anything about Azara?
Wouldn't tell you if he did. He doesn't talk to mundanes, and he's too busy studying for the battle spire to be seen lately.
What's the Battle Spire?
A war college set up by the Empire to test its battle mages. An elite mages guild, really. Archmage Jagenveer's got his sights on the battle spire recently, so why anybody would want to hang out with those losers is beyond me.
What happened to the last Archmage?
Oh, his Redguard blood got the better of him. He died in the Battle of Stros Mackay, fighting alongside the prince.
The Mages Guild helped the Crowns in the battle?
Not the Mages Guild, just former Archmage Voa. He was a nationalist as well as a guild member and couldn't help himself. Got killed for mundane politics.
Do you know anything about the Restless League?
I'm afraid not. The Mages Guild tries to stay out of the lesser politics.
I'm looking for a young woman named Azara.
The name is not familiar, sir. Might she have been a member of the guild?
I doubt it, but she may have been.
My apprenticeship here has lasted several years, and I haven't met any member named Azara yet, but who knows? Many members of the upper cabal are of the secretive sort.
How long do you have to be an apprentice, Ms.
Felicia, and it's been way too long. I think the guild has a prejudice against elves based on the fact that we live so long, and have the potential of reaching heights no human wizard could ever dream for, unless he goes the rotting way, which so many do. But I guess I'm just being bitter. One day I'll make Archmage, and maybe none too soon, considering there's an opening now.
Maybe I could speak to somebody in the upper cabal.
Sure, you'll be right after me, as soon as you get 10 years of apprenticeship under your belt and can cast an alter reality spell. The new Archmage Dragonfear, he doesn't talk to nobody, and we make everybody else in the guild do likewise, except for me, since I run the shop.
Thanks for your help.
The name's Felicia. I'll be here.
Thanks, Felicia.
Thanks yourself.
Excuse me, are you the Archmage?
Leave me, please. I have much to do.
Text on potions. Says here that orc's blood mixed with pig sack provides great strength. This horn looks to be from a unicorn. This horn looks to be from a unicorn. Huh. What's a wizard without a crystal ball? Text on potions. Says here that orc's blood mixed with pig... A piece of amber. A dried out sack from a pig. It's a small purple salamander. It's empty. Somebody's really been through this place. The future.
What's a password?
Open up!
Sorry, mate, I can't help you. Hello there.
Hi, Cyrus. And you are?
Lockheed. You're new here, aren't you?
I know you've been gambling at the smuggler's den, Lakeen, and I need to get in there.
Damn! Where'd you hear that? Look, that's not something I'm proud of, so keep your voice down. Let's move this conversation elsewhere.
Gambling away your wife's silver locket. Not good. Tell me what I want to know. What do you know about Azara, the League, and that den?
Calm down, please. I know nothing. I've only been there to gamble a few times. I've heard the League goes there, but I ain't seen him or this Azara woman, I swear. And if my wife finds out about the gambling, I'll be dead.
Then just give me the password and I'll take it from there.
Sure, but you gotta help me first, Cyrus. Please, get my silver locket back from that Rolo cheater, and I'll give you the password, I swear. Please!
Rolo?
Smelly guy, cheats at cards. He won that locket through trickery, the foul dust belly.
And what does Stros Mackay hold for you?
I'm what everyone likes to refer to as Mr. Fix-It. I'm cursed by it, actually. Oh, and by the way, if you see a man named Triffic, tell him I'll get to his boat when I have time.
If I see the fellow, I'll tell him.
And as for what keeps me in Stros Mackay with the Empire and Richten and all, well, I've lived here a long time, got friends and roots here. And Stros Mackay has deep roots, ancient history. And there's the real mystery.
What's wrong with Trithic's boat?
Not sure, really. I think he's had some vandals at night.
The real mystery? Huh, I've heard too many already.
The ruins! In the mountains! Dwarves, sailor, long dead. An ancient technological treasure trove. Empires searching the world for such knowledge. They may have found it here.
What does the Empire hope to find there?
Power! Before you know it, we'll have steam-driven carriages and flying machines. Whole Empire's interested in them dwarves for some reason. Sure. Prince of Tor, Arcade, bless his soul, might have said they were dangerous and we should leave dead civilizations be, but hell, man, there's progress to be made.
Flying machines, are you okay?
You just wait. Those dwarves made up for their lack of magic in other ways. Magic is the crutch of the world. Why build a better bridge when a mage can teleport you to the other side? Things have been the same for thousands of years, and it's gonna end soon.
Steam-driven carriages, huh?
That's right. Dwarves knew how to use the steam. You may laugh, but it's a powerful force, and Rickard's got his boys looking at it right now. Empire may have what they need to conquer all of Tamriel sooner than you think.
What do you know about the Restless League?
Nothing. Who said that I did?
You know anything about a woman named Azara?
Izara. Name sounds familiar, but I can't say that I do.
We'll talk later.
found my locket yet?
Yes?
Good day. I'm Cyrus.
Aren't too many youngsters around these days, especially not as well-spoken as you. I'm Michael, the local cartographer. Can I help you?
I've heard tell that your basement is used as a smuggler's den.
Really? How about that? I rent the downstairs to some local lads. They're quiet, always pay up on time. I can't imagine they're up to anything illegal.
These local lads, do they have names?
They never said. Perhaps you should run downstairs and ask him yourself.
Do you know a young woman named Izara?
I'm afraid not. I don't know too many of the youngsters around town these days. You see, I prefer to spend my time with my maps.
What do your maps tell you?
Maps are like people. Did you know that, Cyrus? There are good maps, bad maps, indifferent maps. You shouldn't trust most maps. They'll lead you astray if you give them a chance. An honest map is rarer than a true friend. Remember that, young sir.
I wonder if you've heard of this Restless League.
The alliance between Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Balfiera against the Cyrodiils during the First Era? No, that was the League of Unrest. No, sorry, I'm just not familiar with it.
What are people talking about around town these days?
Damning the governor's eyes, mainly. I try not to get involved in all those troubles. I've seen more than enough suffering in my life. I just want to spend my last days working with my maps.
Do you have any maps for sale?
Sorry, I don't sell retail, contract work only, but perhaps I can make a map for you?
I could use a map of the island.
I used to make those, but I can't compete with the big Hammerfell cartography houses. Hire beggars and street urchins to copy off a master map. You've probably seen their cheap city maps around. Nothing like a good hand-drawn map. But people don't seem to care about craftsmanship anymore.
Is life under the Imperial Governor so harsh?
I said I didn't want to speak of such things.
We'll talk later. It's locked. Could I have a word with you?
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
The Keen tells me you have his wife's silver locket. Any chance I could get it back?
Stupid Lakeen. He's a loser at more than cards. Deserves what the missus will give him when she finds out. It's mine now, and I ain't giving it back.
I need that locket. Hand it over.
I got your silver locket right here, pal. Take a hike, I'm busy.
Do you know a woman named Izara?
Izara. Scrawny little thing, chicken legs, no hips. Yeah, I know her. Used to come by, pestering me all the time. You know how women are. Not my type, though. Rolo likes them larger.
Watch your tongue, cretin. That's my sister you're talking about.
Oh, Big Brother's a tough guy, huh? Topping it pretty high, aren't you? Coming into my house talking that way. I haven't seen her in months anyway.
What do you know of the Restless League?
I'm tired of listening to you. Beat it.
How are things in town with the Imperials in charge?
I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about the smuggler's den under the cartographer's shop?
Are you still here?
I know you've been in the smuggler's den, Rolo. Tell me the password, and I'll leave you alone.
You really can't take a hint, can you? Get lost.
It's always a pleasure, Rolo.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Get off of there! What are you, some kind of clown? Get off of there! What are you, some kind of clown? Yeah, you got a sword. Big deal.
No, he's unarmed. No, he's unarmed. No, he's unarmed. I need to ask you a few questions.
What makes you think I want to answer them?
The Keen tells me you have his wife's.
Why would...
It's always a pleasure, Rolo.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Locked. It's locked.
Found my locket yet?
Lakeen?
Have you found my locket?
I haven't been able to get the locket. Just give me the password.
So much for Redguard honor. We had a deal, Cyrus. No password until I get that locket.
We'll talk later. It's locked. It's locked.
She floats through my dreams with the greatest of ease, the fat one-eyed lady with sweet-smelling knees.
Slow down, Crendel.
Oh no, it's Question Boy.
I've had enough.
Good.
It's locked. I am out of practice, it seems, or else Azara's plight disturbs me to distraction. Those goons have hurt me not a little. When may I rest and heal these wounds?
Drink this and be done with it. There is no time to rest. For this city crawls with shadows that mean you harm, and your sister's among them. You can buy more of these at the Mages Guild, or visit the temple, should you become wounded again. And knowing you, that'll be often.
A health potion. I can buy more healing potions in the Mages Guild?
Aye, it's right across the plaza here. They've other magical trinkets for sale there too. Give them a visit. Oh, and tell that cute little elfin apprentice that she needs to come see the ocean with me.
I'll be back. If you're not here, thanks for everything. And good luck.
Just find your sister and get out of here. Go on, you'll do fine.
Come down from there. Out in front for service, please.
Sorry about the swordplay.
Keep it just play, and I'll not mind if it even happen again. The forebears have their troubles, so it's no surprise they come here looking to share them.
It was good practice.
Practice as often as you like, save for the death blow. And mind the furniture, please.
I'd better keep moving. Can we talk later?
Anytime, anytime.
Hey, Redguard! What about a drink?
Good cheer, sir.
Excuse me, Mariah.
What can I do for you?
Thanks, Mariah.
What do you want?
Keeping the jail full?
Indeed, Redguard. Move along.
I need to visit with one of your prisoners.
They don't take visitors. Now go about your business.
That's all for now, but I'll be back. It's locked. It's locked.
What do you want?
This is the palace, correct?
That's correct.
I need to speak with Governor Rickton.
What business do you have with him?
I need to ask him a few questions.
Not good enough. Now move along.
That's all for now, but I'll be back.
Sure.
Looks like it's locked from the inside.